Hello, hi, how are you today? So I was laying down because I am not feeling super well, but then I saw this, and I had to make a video because I was literally talking about some of the things that I wish that they would change to furnishing and they would add to furnishing and, um, going over that on Saturday when my FC does maps, and it almost feels like they were listening because a whole bunch of stuff was one um and oh, of course, if you know anything about the furnishing design contest, a lot of the stuff gets included. Now there's not saying that everything will be included, but if even half the stuff were to be added, then I'd say that we've got a really good cycle ahead of us. Also, I do apologize for all of the clicking and the muting I'm having to do for myself. I am having horrible coughing fits, um, that are pretty gross, so I'm having to mute myself. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get right into it. So first of all, we have this Mage's Wall cabinet. Um, it's quite gorgeous, and as you can see, there's the hat is dyeable. I'm okay with nothing else dyeing. I'm really glad that we got a crystal ball here. Um, but the dye being able to change to different colors is pretty good. Next, we have this, and this is something I wish was a mount too, because we got a lot of cars and we got a couple motorcycles, but I really like larger vehicles, or like I really like a Jeep, especially because of how much rugged terrain we go on to. You know, um, a Jeep would be really cool. A Humvee sort of thing for like a machinist would be really great. But yeah, this is a taco. Well, not a taco truck, but the Last Stand from Charlea. And it is quite gorgeous, quite beautiful. It'd be very nice to kind of put this outside, with like a patio, have like an outside party, especially like if you were to role play, let people go inside and pretend like they're cooking or whatever. It'd be very fun. Next, we have an um, I don't recall if this is the Otter, if it has a different name. I believe it's the Otter. But I actually have because I have a house in Shirogane. It would look great for a lot of like for my rooms downstairs. It's all done in a more traditionalist design. The layout is downstairs. So having this for like Todd's bedroom, it'd be very adorable. I'm very much into this style. Now this is something that I've been talking about for a long time. I would love to replace the random just light streaming through windows with something like this. And let us kind of change what the outside looks like so we can decide, yes, your house may be in Gridania or it might be in Ulda or something because you couldn't get the house that you wanted in Limsa. You couldn't get the house that you wanted in Kugane or something. Letting us change the outside helps with that copium a little bit. So having one of these and then just letting us change what outside there is to it, this would be very, very nice. I am very into this design. But one of the things that I've been wanting is a board game. I've been wanting board games in the game that you can just lay out like you are playing something. This is looks more like it's kind of like planning for like some sort of like big tactical battle. But at the same time, here it does look like they're also like playing a game together, and the Fat Cat kind of interrupted it. Um, I want board games that you can look like you're like decorating with or whatever. Like, give me a big stack of board games. Animal Crossing has something like that, where it's like a big stack of like train models and stuff. You can dye it or you can change it to be like different things. I think one of them is like a big stack of board games. And even something like that really makes it feel really well lived in. Next, we have a nice cream corn soup. I'm a big fan of this. It's super cute. I don't know if I would personally own it. If I did, it would literally be for this plate alone. And for this, super cute. I'd probably eat it just to get it empty because a lot of people don't know this and a lot of people don't ever think about it. A lot of the food items, when you eat it and all you have left are like the utensils and like the container, the bowl or whatever, a lot of that stuff is super adorable to decorate with. This would be really cute once it's empty to put somewhere like, oh, that's the soup, that's the sixth cup or whatever. That's the sixth soup bowl. When you're just not feeling well and you get some impromptu soup. I love the corn shaker. And then here we have a new seat. Something like this is really nice. I a house is usually a reflection of where the character is in the story. Um and the things that they've traveled. Like, you'll see a certain thing and you'll go, "Oh, they've done Stormblood," or "Oh, they clearly really like Crystarium left an impression on them." This screams current story, but I it's very nice. I feel like we definitely need more futuristic stuff, especially cuz something like the kitchen item that we just got, it stands out a lot, but it's a very nice sink. I feel like adding more stuff like this would definitely make it stand out less. Now this I'm definitely interested in. It'd be very nice to be able to put this in a home. So you can make like the entrance kind of look like an elevator, and you have this side kind of facing outwards. Or you could put the door, you could put it right in front of the door, so whenever you open it, it leads to the exit. This would be really good, especially for if you have an apartment instead of a home, or if you have a home and an apartment, or if you, of course, have an FC. You could make a very nice club using this. I'm very much looking forward to. I very much hope this gets added. Okay, and if you're like me, then you do have a bathroom, and I do have a lot of the bathroom removed because I don't like having to put a whole bunch of things together to make a toilet, and then like I kind of put a door where the bathroom would go, so you go, okay, this leads to the toiletries. This might make me remake it, to be honest. I very much like that you've got, your simple bathroom stuff here. It's very nice. It's very cute. Um, if we get added to this, it'd be nice to get some more toiletries. And an actual shower head that hangs against the wall. I'm very much for this. I hope that we get this. It would definitely make making a shower a lot easier. Especially because we kind of have you can either have either a super huge tub or super ornate tub, but there's no like quick go showers except for the part that's kind of like from the from Yulmore. I really like this. I hope it gets added. This, especially, I like how involved it is. There's a lot of pieces to this. There's a lot of moving parts. But I hope even if you don't like Dawn Trail, I hope that you don't just hate it because it's place Americas, right? Um, I love Mexican culture. I love South America, Central America, Mexico, Brazil. I love a lot of, especially like the pre invasion culture. This is very warm. It's very charming. I especially like if we were to ever get housing in Dawntrail, I definitely think Um, I would very much love to own a home in Dontrell, and I'd very much to love to have this. Next we have a book nook. Um, I'm never gonna say no to more libraries and book stuff. It's very funny. Um, because TVs aren't really a thing. I have the level editor, and I've kind of moved it and positioned it to sit like a TV on a table. Um, but even then, the idea of like having TVs and stuff uh in Eorzea, it's kind of new, right? Because the people that we expect to have things like TVs and radios and stuff like that, we've been at war with them. So spoilers, of course. I do apologize, but kind of going out of it, this, like, a lot of people have ridiculous libraries, and this will at least add some light into it. It'll be very nice. I'm very excited and looking forward to it. I can give up this being dyed if it means that we can take our wallpaper and place it here. Just so that way we can get, like, if you have like this manor wallpaper, you can put the manor wallpaper here, and then depending on where you're at in Eorzea, that will change the walling that you kind of get on this part. So it would be really cool if it could like update to be that walling. It'd be a lot of work, and I don't think they would do it, but it'd be very nice. Next, and this is something I'm really looking forward to. This is an Amarat designed seating. Um, very, very gorgeous. I can see a lot of like fancy nightclubs and stuff being made with this, the kind of place where jazz is being played. It'd be really nice to see more bands that aren't just rock, because a lot of people will like play, bands, and they'll do like pop and things like that. I could definitely see some rock being played here, or sorry, some jazz being played. The lights are low, the drinks are easy. Be very nice. And next we have kind of a planter with a nice little hanging balcony. I would love this in my home. I I used to have my house. I had my apartment broken into two, so that way there was like an upstairs and like a downstairs, which kind of gave me more space in my apartment, my old apartment in 14. Before I got a house, and I was like, I never really go to my apartment anymore, and there's plenty of other players who'd probably want an apartment where I had my apartment, so I got rid of it. But this is super cute. It's very nice. I like the stairs are connected, so it kind of takes a part of that guessing game of getting your stairs to work together and to like match. Um, which also allows them to put decorations on it. I really hope that we get this as one item instead of it being separated into like two or even three items. Okay, so next we have a popcorn. I would love to see these items being made into like an eat popcorn icon. Just give us a bucket of popcorn and let us just kind of chow down. It'd be really fun to do, especially if you were watching something like a play or something like that. That's something I'd really love to see in 14 more, is people like putting on plays and acting out things or doing comedy bits and doing stand up. It's such a shame that we have an amphitheater in one of the city states, but there's always NPCs on it, so you can never actually have people acting out stages and stuff. It would be really cool if you could do like an outside theater, and there's some more stuff in here that kind of preludes into that. But like have people like have a stage and doing a theater, and then have like popcorns and stuff sold as concessions out front. It'd be super cute. I would love to see an FC that like puts on theaters stuff. If you know an FC that does put on plays or comedy skits or something, I would absolutely love to see that in game. Um, so if your SC does that or is interested in doing that, let me know in the comments because I would love to do a thing. And sure enough, we have this beautiful stage, which would make for a lovely theater. Um, you could even do like an old school podium, because old school theaters way back when used to be there would be people all around. It wasn't just set to one side. So you could even connect them together and have twice the amount of stage. Um, but this by itself works as well. It could be used for theater. It could be used for a band. It's also very just beautiful and scenic. It'd be very nice if you could put something behind it to like drape it, but to like give like a setting that would be really cute. But I don't think there's really anything inside of the game that can do that at this moment. Next, we have a new plate. And this, oh god, this is so cute. I definitely, if you've got if you play a Lalafell and you definitely go into like the kitty Lalafell kind of aesthetic like I do, um, or if you're a warrior of light, you headcanon them as having like a son or a child that they take care of or something like that. This would definitely kind of give that idea of you have a child at home that you take care of. This is so adorable. I love this. I If this were to come out, I'd have to get this. I'd have to get this and I'd have to get this and I'd have to have one that's eaten and then one that's not. And then like put this near the sink like oh it needs to be washed off. So cute. This especially, this country outdoor kitchen. So I have the red brick outdoor stove. It's very cute. It's very it's very fun. This, however, in my opinion, is just it's so much better. Um it looks very, and I'm probably like wrong here. It looks very Italian. This would look really cute, especially somewhere like in Gordania. Doesn't really fit with Kigane, but I'd still use it because it's absolutely gorgeous. This, I'm not really sure what this is. I'm guessing it's this thing down here, so it's just this like one little thing, and you can connect with it with a bunch of others to make shapes. So if you wanted to, you could like have like a room that's like away from other rooms, kind of. You could like make like a little like mini building inside of like another building. When I see this, I just think of like offices, you know. Um, I don't see myself using this, but it is a super cool idea. I like that it's kind of got this glowy to it. It does kind of make it look more futuristic, which I think we have enough futuristic clothes. We have enough of that. We're good on that. But we don't have enough futuristic furnishing to go all out in futuristic furnishing. It's like Animal Crossing, right? If you want to do a theme of like futurism, or if you want to do Creepy Science Lab, you have a whole bunch of different things that you can work with. With Final Fantasy, I have the space kitchen sink. It doesn't match anything else in my kitchen, and I've had to like re-dye it and kind of make it look more like it fits in with my kitchen because I can't do a futuristic kitchen, right? Um, and even then, that against my fridge, which I'm not a big on layering and piling things together, as I said earlier. Having a more modern and futuristic looking sink and stove against my ice block fridge. Um, I'm glad I'm glad we're getting more futuristic stuff, and some other stuff down the line in this makes me really hopeful. Okay, next we have um this wooden loft that is supposed to be like, I can see a lot of Makote having fun with this. It's not really my thing. It's very cute, very charming, and kind of like a layabout kind of way. I'm not too big on this, but I'm not too big on this for me personally. I'm not saying this looks bad. I'm saying I just wouldn't use this for any of my home decorating. I really like kind of like the open book. It really is. It really does look like a comfy place to say I'm gonna go read a book, but I'm actually gonna take a nap. This, let me tell you, this indoor Sakura bathtub. I would really like if this was outside. Do not get me wrong. I would love for this to be outside. The moment this comes in, I have my main character, and then I have a couple of like alts. One of my alt characters, I specifically made it to where her home does not have a bathroom. The moment this comes out, a complete redecoration of her house. I'm getting this for her apartment. I said house, but she's in an apartment. I'm not gonna get another house for another character. It's just one house for one for my main, and then my alts, an apartment at best. I'm putting this in Todd's house. I'm putting this in my alt's apartment. This is gorgeous. Oh my god, I love this so much. Definitely the kind of thing like sit and just pamper yourself. This is going to be an adventurous unwind time. I especially hope too that the petals are floating around in it. I don't care if they clip into me whenever your character sits in them. Please add the petals. Please add the petals, especially make them fall. They don't have to fall in the water and stick. That's okay. I don't care. But give me that. Oh my god, this is gorgeous. Next is this Copacure. I believe that's what they're called. I'm probably not pronouncing it right, but this Copacure seat. Yeah, that's cool. I don't really have much else to say. I don't expect there to be a lot. I hope whenever you sit down in it, it's kind of like that beanbag chair, like bean shuffling noise. I don't expect an animation to go with it. But yeah, this is pretty nice. I can see a lot. I would not decorate with this, but if I saw somebody decorate with this, I would know that they would be decorated well. They would have their shit on, and it would look gorgeous. Next is the stacking rug. I think this is super adorable. Again, I'm not ever going to have it on mine, but it's pretty cute. I especially would love is if so this is supposed to be the back. I would love if this is what it looks like when it's on the ground and nobody's standing on it, but then when somebody stands on it, it starts glowing with this. That would be super cute. Next is this open closed books, not book stand, but it looks more like for a garden. This could be really cute if you have kind of like a very gardeny centric outside home. You know, like you're a botanist. This would look super adorable. But this is what I'm actually really interested in. So you have a little log house that at first, when I was first looking at this, I thought this was like a small home. And do not get me wrong, if this was a small home, I'd be switching to it right away. This is absolutely gorgeous. But what it actually is it's a miniature home for like nutkins. I'm pointing at my screen like you can fucking see it. For nutkins and everything else, you can see it right here. Super cute, super adorable. If you've kind of got, especially like in Gridania, this would look so adorable. Next, We got these star floorings, and they look all right. I can't read this unfortunately, so I'm not entirely sure what all it says. It's a very cute rug, but this is something that I would want all over my flooring, right? Like I would love like a solid black flooring with a bunch of stars, so it kind of looks like you're standing on nothing, or like that part in Kingdom Hearts 3, where Sora's standing in like the water, and it's like it just seems like the water and the sky are connected. That kind of stuff. Something that Animal Crossing does really well with its and I was talking about this. I was talking about this on Saturday. Something that Animal Crossing does really well is it kind of combines. You can have a flooring that like looks like clouds and a sky that looks like clouds, and it makes it look like you're in the clouds. And it's very basic, right? But there's that suspension of disbelief. If you want to believe that you're living in the clouds, you can make yourself believe that you're living in the clouds. If this was all over the ground and it was like nothing but pitch black, and then you could have like your walls like pitch black with like a whole bunch of stars, it would look like you have like a space in the cosmos. And that could be a lot of fun to play with, especially if you were going for like an astrologian, like you've got like fate and crystal balls and everything. It would look super cool. It would look super amazing, especially for like an apartment. If you got something like very small, um, this by itself, it kind of has the same problem as like the stepping stones do outside, where it's like, okay, you need like four stepping stones to make it to your home, right? To make it to your door. And by that point, you're pretty much halfway done with what you're able to hold outside for your items. So, essentially, because this is a Lalafell, I feel like this needs to be bigger and have more or something. But this ain't doing it for me. I'm sorry. This. I love this. Oh my god, I love this. This classic rusted cooking stove. I love Kiki's Delivery Service. I love the aesthetic of the town. I love the aesthetic of their equipment, everything. I'm getting this. I am getting this when it comes out. If they make this into an item, it is so adorable. It is so wonderful. I don't think I could do it in anything other than black. Maybe like a nice like, because it's I think either a black or like literally this green. But this isn't the kind of thing that you make pink or you make white. It's a little bit too old to try and do like a 60s, 50s chic with. Um, I I'm all for this. I love this. This is what I'm talking about. Now the way that this is kind of presented is that this goes up against a wall, kind of like a couple of the other like partitions kind of do. What I want them to do is I want them to remove the sidewalling entirely. Get rid of the support beams. Get rid of all of that. Like I said about Animal Crossing, I love that you can put up like a wall that's like um makes you look like you're in the middle of the city, and you're like on a high rise and you have all these buildings are like around you and below you. And the game works with you to make that illusion happen. Um give me give me that for 14. As it stands, this is really cute. It's really good. I um especially love that there's kind of like a little passage of time to it. But give me this all the same. Next up is this premium round sofa, and it looks like they made something in 3D to like show it off, which really does show like you don't need to be like an amazing artist. Like you don't need to be a traditional artist to get something here. Obviously, of course, I think being able to have like a physical proof of something is a lot better, but this person sat down and they made a 3D model and they put it together. Um that is super cute, super adorable. I think that's kind of silly because you're going to have to like leap over it to get onto it, but still, it's very nice. I can especially see if like you're making like a lounge. Uh, it definitely works out. Here's another planting one. I'm really glad about how much botany and like plant stuff that we've gotten lately. Um, that isn't, hey, you just put a flower on it. I wish they'd do that more with aquariums. Like, I love jellyfish. Jellyfish are like my favorite aquatic creatures of all time. Put jellyfish in a tank that just lets them float and just make it literally a jellyfish lamp. The jellyfish are already in it. You just set it down. Maybe you can dye like a certain background part to it. Maybe you can actually do the thing, but just let me have my jellyfish. I don't care about having fish swim around and everything. Like, just let me have my jellyfish. Um, this is super adorable. It'd be very cute, especially to like have in like in an apartment. Um, I can see a lot of, especially like Warriors of Light on the go, having something like this. It's very very adorable. I especially love the little watering cup. I love that Drippy has kind of become like an unofficial mascot for 14 in a way. It's very nice. Next, we have these wall lights, and these are going to be very cute if you have like trophies or you have something wall mounted that you really want to display. I don't really have much to say about them. I don't see myself using them a lot. You can even have them like on top of your bed. Um, but yeah, this is one of those I really really love, the Nemean Aqueduct. Um, I absolutely want there to be a Tonberry that like has like a lantern that turns on at night. Like during the day, it's hard to see the Tonberry, but then at night when the lantern turns on, they're a lot more noticeable. Fireflies kind of come around it. This is absolutely wonderful. This is one of those things where it's like I imagine if you have a small home and you don't have a big, um, if you don't have a lot of space for your home, I'm gonna get this anyway because I can put this on my island, right? My island will let me decorate with this. Absolutely wonderful. No notes. This person, like, literally, like, Square Enix hired this person. This is absolutely amazing. Now we have a trick partition door. This will look really, really good, especially, like, if you have, like, a small, um, home and you've got the basement wall leading. You could definitely, like, if it could connect this and put this into the wall and make it look, it would help like kind of hide the downstairs. So if you're one of those people who like, you want to like kind of like have like a fun little like, oh, upstairs, is like my house, and then downstairs is where like the speakeasy is, or where the technological elegant stuff is, that I'm hiding for everyone, or my adventuring stuff is. This would be really really fun. Next, we have a PC set, and I actually really really want this. I've want, especially because like, we have a giant TV now that comes with a big desk, but there's no. It's too big and too massive and not enough. This is really cute. You could put this on like a small table or like a small desk or whatever. You could put this anywhere, and it looks nice. It looks great, especially if you're going for like a more futuristic home. Very nice. I hope one day we do get a housing in Solution 9. I think we should get housing not just in the starting cities of like, Kugane, Charlea, but also I think that we should get it in like in-game places like Thavnair, Yulmore, Solution 9. I think those places are also kind of deserving. Okay, next is I'm guessing paints. At first, I'm not gonna lie, I thought that this was like candy or ice cream or something, but I realize now that it's paints. It's different paint colors, and then down here you have like the different things that you can combine to make different paints. And then you have the different, like, oh, this is only available from space exploration, this is available from the island. It's very fun. I especially think that this would be really cute if you're like big into like customization and you like my alternate character. Her whole thing is that she's really into fashion and making fashion. Ooh, excuse me, making fashion. Um, so this would be super adorable for like if you've got a character that you like to say, likes to decorate and do furnishing and stuff like that. You can make like a little furnishing area where you make your stuff. This is super cute. The fact that this is not already in the game is criminal. Why did you even add a pot lid and a serving spoon as a weapon and everything if you not already had that in the game as a design item? This should have been in the game literally years ago. If you're gonna be adding that and acting like, oh, it's a big huge meme. Oh, look no, add this to the game. Add this to the game. I will absolutely decorate with it. I have a big huge pot of curry on my stove. That's always kind of like oh look, food's always ready for when my adventurer gets home. This will replace that. Okay, we do have a new seating area from the interplanetary thing. This, I feel, is even better. This is absolutely gorgeous. Um, it's such a shame that the item limit is like 20, because I could see definitely putting down a whole bunch of these. But, once you put down 4 of these, if your item limit is 20, because you have a small plot like me, you have 16 spaces left. So, this is absolutely gorgeous. I don't see myself using it, but if you have the extra space, this does look really gorgeous, especially for like a garden. It'd look really nice. Next, we have this reading nook. Um, it's grass, so I assume that this is supposed to be like outside. In that case, simply gorgeous. No notes. It's very beautiful. The rug, absolutely wonderful. I adore this. Next, and I don't know if this is supposed to go outside or inside, but it's very cute. It's got a nice little water. Very comfy hangout spot. I would absolutely love to hang out here. Um, Definitely kind of thing that you would see in Limbs and Lemensa's housing a lot more than you would see like in Yulmore. Not Yulmore, but Imperium. Um, but very gorgeous. This I absolutely adore. I adore this so much. It's very cute. I'd especially like it if like the waters kind of go on and off to like a rhythm, like what they kind of have here. Make a little water display show. It was very cool that they had that in Dontrell. Add it to more places. Next, we have this. It is very definitely traditionally Japanese. It's it's really fun to me, and especially because you got the watermelon. It's really fun to me when you see stuff like this. That's like this is not a part of my culture, but this is so iconic to another person's culture, right? It's kind of like um, like you see fireworks or whatever, and even though fireworks are like culturally all around the world or whatever, you think of 4th of July. This means so much to so many people, even though it doesn't really mean anything to me. I think it's super adorable, and I can see it definitely being popular if somebody, lives in Kugane, or if their character they want to say is from Kugane, or what have you. Very nice. Then we have this Arcadian carpeting. This would look so good in an arcade. Like if you were to be able to like make an arcade room, this would look so cool. Not for me, but what have you. Next, furry alpaca crepe. I will take 100 of these bitches. I'm not kidding. Dye one in every single color. Love it. I love how crepes are these big, huge things in Japan. Um, I've Tokyo Mirage Session was where I learned that crepes are like a big like walk around like sweet food. Ever since then, I wanted to go to Japan and have one of their crepes because every time that I've talked about crepes to like people, at least in America, they can't wrap their head around this as a being a thing. This is the Elpis flower vase. Um, if you don't know where Elpis is, don't worry about it. But I love the Elpis flower. Um, I love this vase. I definitely have this in Kaya's room. Kaya's my alt. The Ronkin Beehive, yes. Absolutely yes. Put that, give it. I love it. Next is this the Dodo seat. Not a big fan of it, to be honest. It's one of those things where I'm not really sure why. Like, I'm not like, why does this exist? But it's just like, oh look, it's a giant dodo and you can sit. Okay. Alright. Next are these kind of like neon stickers, or maybe it's supposed to be spray paint. Either way, it's super cute. I really like it. Um, would definitely add, especially if it glows. I want this. Um, I want this really bad, especially if you can like walk inside of it. Um, Again, you need kind of like a bigger home to get in to really enjoy it, but I'd really enjoy it. This is not in the game already, and absolutely should be, because it would be very fun for FCs to have fashion shows, especially like cosplay fashion shows or whatever. This was super cute. It's a super fun idea. I'm so glad if they do add it. This, the Fat Cat rice cooker. I need it. I need it already. Next is this Moonlight Cupola lamp. Very adorable. I can definitely see, again, if you have a Lalafell, or if you have littles, or if you have a room that you designated as that child that your Warrior of Light takes care of. Very cute. This. If you do not have this, first of all, the fact that this is not already a vehicle amount in game, that you cannot get the Novus D as a mount, upsets me. I want this. I don't care that it doesn't match my home. I don't care that it's super way too kitty. I want this. Next is the ceiling multi-monitor. Uh, it's cool. It's not really for me. Like I said, we don't even have TVs, but it is really cool. Especially like it could be turned on and off, but what have you. But we'll get into like a TV stuff later. This, it looks like it's from the same person. Either that or else this is just like a picture from an official picture of all the photos they found is really fun. I like the doily. It's really funny to think of like a micro kind of thing where it's like, oh, everybody's been shrunk down and you make like a house of like way too big stuff. But it's cute. This, the gotcha machine. I would love to see someone make an FC that looks like a mall, and you would have like the arcade slash like toy kitty area. This is a super cute idea. This is a super cute design. I love that the random plushies. Material plushies are super adorable. I think instead of doing materia, even though materia are kind of like a thing with the goblins, I think instead of doing materia, do like a cute plushies or something, or like a little like in-case toys or something. Materia is still fine though, but I think it would be really cute to like do like the beginning ones, like the ones that are just like one solid color, because then you could say they're candy. But either way, still absolutely wonderful. great. No notes. More food, never bad. Especially like if you have like a cafe or something. But you know, Ivy lamppost. I like my scrapes. Thank you very much. But this is super cute, especially like if you wanted to do a garden with something a little bit less funny and memey as the scrapes. To have this in your garden would be very nice. This is what I'm talking about. Put some predetermined fish already in there. I don't care, Square Enix. Put me some jellyfish in there and let them kind of bob up and down. This is absolutely gorgeous. I want more things like this. Also really cute. Be very nice for a bar. Would work really well with the Amarat part from beforehand. I'm all for it. Iron handrail. What else to say? It's an iron handrail. It looks nice. This. Get me jukeboxes. Kaya's got a place that looks like a bar. Her whole thing in her SC is that she's got like a bar lounge, called the Velvet Lounge. It's kind of based off the Velvet Room. I want this one. Yes, absolutely wonderful. No notes. Perfect. Next we have the Garden Bistro table. It's a Garden Bistro. It looks really nice. I really love the tarts. It's absolutely gorgeous. This one, the Guardian table salt. I don't know how to feel about this. Like, I guess this is a real thing. I don't know. But it looks cool. I don't really have anything else to say about it. Uh, Next is this like little amphitheater and reading nook cranny. It's very strange. I don't have any problems with it. I wouldn't use it, but this, yes, absolutely, absolutely. Oh my god, this is so gorgeous. This is giving like comfy home. This is so nice. It's so cute. I hate that it still is kind of like using an ice block, but I understand. You gotta have it. Okay. Um, Very nice. It's just absolutely gorgeous. I think instead of having Graha and Kryle, because they're both kind of spoiler characters, um, I mean, technically, like, these two were big, huge spoilers, even if you don't know them. It'd be nice to kind of do something else, like maybe like a calendar with like marked dates or something, but it's still wonderful. This, oh my god. Oh my god. There's going to be so much G posing done on this. I cannot begin to tell you. There is going to be so many ERPs done on this. But it is gorgeous. Oh no. Oh no. I didn't mean to. Help. Well, it's hoping to not have to do any editing, but there's going to be some editing now. Next is this beautiful easel stand. It's very nice, especially like if your character is a painter or if you yourself are a painter. I can definitely see this as being like a cute gift to give somebody that you know who draws or is like a pictomain. Very nice. Uh, this I'm assuming is a mailbox, and then of course if you have mail, I love how many of these are mailboxes because we absolutely do need more mailboxes. This is, like I said, this would look amazing in Gridania. I'm not sure about everywhere else. It's very cottagecore, but regardless, very cute. Next is this sunset bench. It's an outdoor furnishing. It's very nice. I can see, especially like if you live somewhere like Limsa, this would be a lot better in my opinion. Um, but yeah. Then I'm assuming that this is a music player, but it would also be kind of cute. It's like when an Alexa kind of thing. It'd be really cool, especially like if you can kind of like change what you have here. But regardless, This is really nice. Would definitely get this for a very futuristic looking home. I'm glad we're getting more futuristic stuff, if this is any account. This is also very nice. Like I said, a little bit more Gridonian, as some other things are. But still, you can see this, do this anywhere. I love the kind of built-in library. This would be super cute to like sit in the rain and just read a book. It bothers me that you can sit, that you can stand and read indefinitely. We now have the study emote, but you can't sit and study, right? Your character will eventually just, your character won't pull a book out. This would be super cute to like idle on while you do something else, or you wait for your a daily to happen or whatever. Limited edition Brute Bomber mini fridge. Very drinks themed after other fighters of the light heavyweight division. I love this. I absolutely adore this. Um, I would love, especially if you could drink it and then have an empty fridge if you wanted to. But yeah, no notes. Absolutely. The Mighty Scree Fountain Monument. When activated, the Serpent statue begins to illuminate everyone with divine light from its eyes, all coming by a loud and mighty scree. No notes. No notes. This, I'm not really sure what it is. I can't tell if this is like a holograph display or if it's supposed to, like, I'm not really sure what this is trying to say it is. I do apologize. I bet it's cool regardless. Yes. Yes. A million times yes. Yes. Give me more fridges. Give me more fridges. This is exactly what I'm looking for too. There's no ice. It does not look like it's, it's not using ice to keep itself cold or ice crystals. It's using electrope. But if you're already wanting kind of like a more futuristic or decorated home, this is very good. I really like this. I think I would do the wood panels in like a white or a pearl white to kind of make it look more like a fridge. Or a silver to like kind of match. But very, very wonderful. Next is Waymark holographs. It's very cute. I don't see myself using them for anything. You could spell out your name, kind of, sort of, as long as your name is like Cad or Cab. I mean, you can spell out a cab. Um, Next is this little slumber pillow. I'm guessing it's kind of like the what's the little mattress thing? It's based off of Japanese sleeping, where they don't have like a bed as like we kind of traditionally see it in the West, and you can lay on in the game as well. I'm imagining this is kind of the same. You will lay out, but there's nothing underneath it, so it's kind of just like laying on the floor taking a nap. Very cute. Next we have a Crystarium gazebo. Very nice. This is super cute. I would kind of. This is, I'm assuming, for indoor. I would kind of want this more for like outside. Like trash day is coming. You got your trash out for like them to walk by and pick up. But still, very much, it's adorable all the same. I wouldn't use it, but if I would actually really like if this is like solid black. You could not see what's behind it, but then you have like the nebula, and it really was a good divider. Good partition. It's very cute. Next is this Secret Escape. It's very cute, very adorable. I can see this being all like wonderful for outside, especially like on your island sanctuary. A lot of people forget you can decorate your island sanctuary with this kind of stuff. But yeah, this should have already been in the game. It'd be very cute, especially if there's like a little like nutkin or like a little hamster or something. All the same, I want this in the game already. Oh my god, it would be so cute. I love the implication of a pet. You don't always have to like show the pet, but I love the implication of a pet. Right? It's kind of like the doghouse in Animal Crossing. Um, you have the doghouse, and you can get like the stuffed dog, but regardless, all the same, it makes it look like you have a pet, even whenever you don't have a pet. I don't need to see the hamster. This will just make me feel like I own a hamster, right? Next is this outside chair. It's cute. Not really for me, but it's cute. If you got a dungeon, cool. I don't really have much else to say about it. This is so cute. Like I said, if you kind of want like an arts and crafts station, this is like an absolute must for it. So adorable, especially if you could get something like a half painted model, or like you could put like a chocobo down, the alpha chocobo, and look like you kind of painted it yourself. Or if we could get like some, get one of the models like of the Garlean weapon models, make it look like you're hand painting it. Super cute. This is gorgeous. This is goddamn gorgeous. Absolutely. You kind of need a mansion for it, but it's very nice. Also, really good. Um, I can definitely see myself getting this. The center ring, even though it's not moving around, kind of makes me think of Dot Hack. But, and it's got uh, the gods symbols here. It's very wonderful. Some more like succulents, cactuses, always appreciated. This, I'm guessing, is a hidden door, and it's kind of like whenever it's turned on, you can't see the door, and then whenever you turn it off, you can see the door. Kind of like another way to like hide on like another part of your home. I really appreciate that. This is the part that I was like, no, I need to talk about this. This is a TV. We do not have any TVs in the game. You can like work on things to like make it look like you own a TV. I have the level checker kind of like on a display, so like it looks like I have a TV. This is just straight up a TV. Let us turn it on. Do not let it be static. Do not let it be. What I would really like to see is every in-game hour, kind of like an Animal Crossing, every in-game hour is like a different um like show. Like if you watch between so and so time, you get like a quiz show. If you watch between so and so time, you get like a comedy. You watch between so and so time, you get the news. I would absolutely love that. Animal Crossing makes its world feel really real with things like that, and it adds an extra thing of entertainment. So let me get this at like 2 o'clock in the morning Eorzea time. Let me get this, you know, at like 6 p.m. Action and whatever. Let me get this, like 3 p.m. School's out, kids are watching cartoons. I love this, and I don't care how it comes in game. I'm getting this if it ever comes out. Another Dodo item that I'm like, yeah, it's cool, but why would you want it? Like, I don't know. Um, this just creeps me out. I'm not gonna lie. Again, if you kind of want a divider between like rooms, this would look super cute, like in a mansion, in the doorway or what have you. Um, it's very nice. This gaming chair, it's more fancy than I would kind of want, but if you wanted like a gaming chair, this is absolutely for you. Next is this drawbridge, and this is the thing that kind of gets me. I don't know where you would put this, or what you would do with it, or why. So, okay, if you could change your fence right? The fence kind of like around your home. And you could change it to water. So you have a moat. And you had this drawbridge instead of like the traditional like entrance. And so whenever people approached, it would open. That would be cool. This, where's it going to go and what are you going to do with it, right? Like, okay, so you put this, let's just say you put this, even as like a divider, this has to come down and it's going to like hit your floor. That means you can't put stuff in front of it. I don't know. It's very strange. It's very weird to me. I can see this kind of being used to like put in front of a door, like whenever you teleport into a home, because you enter it, putting this in front of it. But it's, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of this one. This, especially like I said, I have a character who's very into fashion. I would absolutely love to add this to her home. Next, we have the swampy walkway, and it's a very. I'm glad for the people who want it, but it's not really my thing. It's the kind of thing where it's like, if I was voting for this, I would sit here and I'd definitely be like, I will never in my life use this. And I don't think most people are going to use this. But there is one person out there who is going to say, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, this is everything I ever wanted. This is exactly all I've ever wanted. And they're going to love it. And they're not going to have anything like this again. So I'm glad for those one or two people who are looking at this. I can definitely see like very witch cottage, very swampy, like Gridania. But I don't like that they're eyes. I don't like that. Someone out there is going to love them, but I don't. I do think it would be really cool if they could follow you. This one upsets me because it's something that I wish was already in the game. Instead, because Kugane, Gridania, everybody, all of our grounds are different grass textures. All of us have different kinds of grass and different kinds of ground. Let us choose which one we want. Because then you could get really fun with it. You could have sand. So if you live next to the beach and you want to be like, oh, I want sand though, have sand. If you want snow, you can have snow. If you already had snow, like a snow ground, and then you put this on there, this would look cool. If you live like in Gridania and you're like, oh, this looks really cool, and if you live in the Imperium, if you live in Heavensward land, Ishgard, and you said, oh man, I really, really want this because it's so cold and it's icy and this would look really, really cute, really, really fun. You can't. You can't do this. You can't really include this. Because it just looks silly. At least to me. I really wish that they would like do an update where you could like update to this, and then hopefully maybe this is like a sign of things to come with housing. As it stands, it's kind of meh. I am not Japanese. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this represents. But hey, if you're Japanese or if you're a big fan of Japanese culture, you know what this is, and you're excited for this, I'm happy for you. This is super cute. Not everything needs to be a big statement. Not everything has to be a big, huge, like, a chair and a couch and be super interactive and extremely dieable. There's just a little cute little thing that you can hang up on your wall, and it's just like, oh yeah, it's like the live, laugh, love kind of thing. It's nice. This, a nice little thing that you can hang up on your wall, and you can, like, put it around your doors. It's charming, it's cute, it's very sweet. I love this. I love this so much. Y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know. I don't even know what I would do with it. I don't even know where I'd put it. But I love this. More weird, creepy stuff, always good. We're getting so many food things. Like I said, if you could have a place, I'm pretty sure this is meant to be outside. If you could have a, like, a mall outside, right? Like if you can have like a mansion and your mansion is like done in as like a mall, right? You have the food truck, you have like a hot dog, you have a place that sells popcorn, you've got a little outside like venue like for food stuffs, and then on the inside you had a whole bunch of stores and shops and things like that. Um, this is wonderful. This is fine. I like the little Yan Chia pet. Definitely more stuff like that. Little animal planters are always very cute, especially kind of like mascot planters. I love this seat. I have a friend who will absolutely love it for the paws. And this is another one that's like, yeah, all right. I really hope that it kind of like has a sound effect when you sit down. Um, I'm not losing my sleep over it. I do like though that it is Ronkin inspired. I will always love our Lord and Savior. Um, it's cool, but I'm not really sure what it is. Like I get it's a chimney, but it's like, is it for food? I'm guessing it like the idea is it's supposed to be like, oh, you put the pot on here and then like you cook something in it. And in this case, you know, they have like a little tea kettle. It's very cute. I wouldn't have it. I absolutely love this though. If you have a um if your mansion or if your home is kind of done in like a cafe style, this, especially for like role play, would be super cute. Especially like if you could take the menu off of the table and then like put the food down for them to like eat or whatever, or just kind of pretend to eat whatever, just for role play. It's very cute. Or if you even, oh my god, I did it again. I did it again. I did it again. If you had like a, you want to say that you're rich and your character gets home and they get to just be waited on and they get to like put a menu down, that's fun. I have no idea what this is. I don't got a, I don't got a clue. I ain't got a single clue what this is supposed to be. But good for them. I love this though. This is absolutely amazing. I love, especially if it's kind of like dyeable. But I love that the tune nurse. I don't know my stuff well enough. I love that the tuners are all of the different ones. Even the pumpkin is here. Um, it's very adorable. I'm glad it won. This indoor flower garden, you need a bigger home, but yeah, that's fine. I think especially like if you like owned a mansion, this would like hit a lot better. Um, it's very cute as well as this. This is very nice. I'm gonna try and be a little bit faster because this is already an hour long. Um, when I hit something I really want to talk about, I'll talk about it. But this is adorable. Like more windows that kind of give us an outside. I hope it's not just a glow. An actual background really does kind of aspire for like a believability, and if you make a person feel like they're in X place, they'll feel like they're in X place. This is absolutely gorgeous. I really hope that this is outside. Um, very, very charming. This is why I love the fan contests because you get stuff that like the creators would never think of. Also, because if you do create like a fan thing and you put it online, if they come across it, they actually can't use it. They can't make anything like it because you could say that they stole it. So having a fan contest where people can kind of send these stuff in really helps them out because that way if they do see something that they like and they would love to include it in the game, you can actually then put it in and they can go like, oh yes, they did the fossil dig site. Oh yeah, they put it in. I'm so glad because I saw that on their Twitter or whatever, and I was just scrolling outside of work and it was gorgeous. But you know, I can't just show it to somebody and be like, hey, can we include this? But hey, now there's a contest and you entered it, and now they can. This is really nice. I hope that they kind of keep the dinosaur motif and they don't change it out for something like a chocobo or something like that. If they were to change it to something, make it something that's like not in the game but like a monster, from like one or some other reference, but I think a dinosaur works best. Hopefully we do get more futuristic locations because this is absolutely great. If we get more, if I could do my whole home in a futuristic style, that would be cool, or my apartment or whatever. This is a good sign of things to come. We have a laptop, we have something like that. Just keep going with it. This is really cute. I don't see myself using it because I already have one of each of the mandragoras, but it's very nice. Um, it's very fancy. I don't really have much to say a lot about some of this stuff though, unfortunately. This is super cute. I really do hope that it comes with a nutkin in it. Like, and have it just hanging outside is very nice. This would be absolutely stellar for like a mansion or whatever. Kind of put it along the walls of like the first floor and like the second. It'd be very cute. Okay. It's nice, but it's just whatever. This, I love that even kind of like have like an in-world concept of it using 3D models. Um, it's very nice. It'd make for nice for like a little outdoor event during the night. It'd be very cute, very fun. Next, we have this like little floor desk, uh, little floor desk. This little desk drawer table thing, lamp. It's nice. Not everything is a 10 out of 10. This I think is especially cute and charming. This is the kind of stuff that you would see at like Hobby Lobby or whatever, and someone would be like, "Oh my god!" Um, very cutesy design. I love that I love that the flowers are dyeable. It's interesting. It's cool. This, if you kind of play as a Gleamer and you love the Gleamer backpack and you want to do like a whole Gleamer thing, it's very nice. I love this. I hope that it does have a custom sitting animation for every character that uses it. I hope they don't skimp out and just make it normal sittable. Let us recline in it and just really feel it. I love this Camp Dragonhead inspired sandcastle. Not much to say about it. It's just cool. Next up is this kind of like giant partition. It's fine. Then I absolutely love this. This is absolutely daunting. It's huge. Definitely more something that you put in a mansion instead of like a small home. But I really hope too that that everything that comes in it, the little flowers, the fish, are kind of predetermined. And I say that because I don't want them skimping out. All right. If they use the systems that they already have, they won't reinvent the system to include it. They'll just cheap it down. So you would just get the same swimming animations from the fish that are already available, and like this probably wouldn't be like circular round. It'd probably be like flat, and then you'd have like the little, like the crystal, whatever. Like by doing this, you can ensure that what they make is a little bit more work and effort put into it. This is cute. I definitely put this in Todd. Todd loves tonberries, and I love tonberries. This is super cute, especially like if it scrolls upwards. I'm imagining it'll either scroll upwards or it'll like scroll. I'm imagining this kind of shows that like it like turns as it goes. Regardless, still super adorable. I would absolutely love this in my home. A handrail for like for upstairs stuff. Very cute. And then we have this very cute door. I wish that we could have like an upstairs downstairs kind of thing, where or not an upstairs downstairs, but like we could like go outside in our homes if that makes any kind of sense. Um, Still, this would be very cute to have like going outside like of your towards your home, so it kind of covers the door. I wish that there'd be a way to like use this to like replace it, but what can you do, right? Like we can't do shit. You just have to work with what you've already got. Chocobo string lights, very adorable, super cute. And then we got a new food item, is the Mama Shiba lunchbox. Oh my god, it's so cute. I love bento boxes. I love bento boxes with like cute characters and stuff. Being American, we didn't really have that. I'm an adult now, so I can't even ask my parents for one. Um, but this is very adorable, especially like once you eat it. Once it's gone, if you could just kind of have an empty bento box, you could put it next to like your stove or your kitchen or whatever, and it'll look like um, like if you play like a little or a lalafell or whatever, or again if you have like a warrior of light with a child, like you're making a lunchbox for them the next day. Super cute. I love when people make their warrior of light like, oh yeah, I go adventuring and stuff, but I have to make sure I'm at home, in time for my child to get off school, and they really do like the mom vibe. It's so adorable, so cute. That's actually a really good glam idea. It's like the traditional Japanese like mom look. I'm gonna have to look into that and like make one. More hot chocolate and stuff like that. We got a lot of those. Hey, you can like make your own cafe. It's super adorable. This especially, I'm gonna have two of these. I'm gonna have one that is not consumed, and I'm gonna have one that is consumed because this is an adorable cup. I love these kind of mascot cups and things like that. I really wish that the ones from Living Memory were available for like your home, because there's like the Salvatender box of like candies, and there's the Gimme Kitten cup. I definitely would have that. This especially, oh my god, this is so cute. The only thing is, and this is like the one thing is, all of these need to be plushies in the game before you do a Gimme Cat Claw machine. This is such a cute concept. I love the idea, and I love all of the plushies in it. I hate when they're like, Animal Crossing actually does this. This is one of the things I have on Animal Crossing is it has a claw machine with super cute plushies in it, but you can't actually get the plushies in game, and it drives me up the wall that I can't actually decorate with the plushie inside, and you can't actually win it from the claw machine. You lose every single time. Make these actually like put them like on the market board. Make them craftable or make them come from like a drop treasure or something. Um, and it's 5x5, but don't make it to where I can't decorate with Leanne unless it's in the claw machine. But this is absolutely adorable. Like I said, if you want to do like a mall, you could do like an arcade. Claw machines are always good. um, this is adorable, but it's one of those things where it's like it's only possible inside of the house. I don't really see a reason to have it inside of the house. This is fun. Um, this is absolutely wonderful. We need more dance stuff. We don't really have like a disco flooring. The closest thing that we have is the color up flooring from the Loprits, but no actual like way to like make like a big club. Give me this. Next we have this very Charlene in design. Well, hey, Charlene Gazebo. Um, I'm all for it. Give us, especially like if we were to get like a Charlene housing, uh give us more of that architecture. More mailboxes. I'm glad. I want more mailboxes. I absolutely adore this. If someone were to make their home, sacrifice their home as it were to like make like a fun playground, for like a local playground, that would be super cute. This you're gonna need a lot of space for, but this is great. No notes. Absolutely keep the capybaras in. I will be getting this. Uh, And like kind of like inflatable, playful Moogle. This is super fun. I don't know how you exactly would use it. It definitely had to be like an outdoor item, I would hope. And then this is super adorable. It's super cute. This reminds me of the Charlene uh, pool, but obviously the idea is that you this is more for like you'd have like flowers nearby and stuff and add it to your garden. Super cute design, super cute idea. I think especially if you're kind of like having a difficulty where if you're like me and you have a whole bunch of like the blue grass down from Lakeland and you kind of have like that space in between where the grass is just leaving just enough space from your thing, this would be a nice way to like kind of like put up against that space. This is absolutely gorgeous, absolutely regal. No notes. Gold and white, gold and black, always great. I absolutely want this. I absolutely want this, but I want this outside. I want this outside. Wonderful. I love this. I hope that it does more than just four. I would really love if we could get an actual disco ball in game. I know that'll never happen, but I absolutely want it. I absolutely want this too. Um, God, there's so many good items in this. This people are gonna have a lot of fun. My SE has its own climbing challenge in the mansion. This is wonderful, especially like if you can get like a couple of variations in it, so they don't all exactly look the same. More of these, and I'm not even kidding. Do one for every single primal. Do one for every single like trial, um, normal trial, big bosses. Absolutely, I am all for these marketed like give us toys. This is the big thing, and this is the thing that made me stop and go, no, but wait a minute. If we could get our walls, if this could be a wallpaper GIF, I'm not even kidding, even if it's just a moving GIF of fish swimming around and have this as like our home, I would be so happy. So happy. And then next here we have this is very cute, but very interesting. Definitely supposed to be like a garden. So you'd be able to like plant your items here. It's very interesting. Here's another one, very Amarat in design. Well, no, not Amarat, but in this one's kind of more. I guess the idea is that these aren't clinging to your wall. So if you were to have a line of these, they're gonna take up space, but it would still be super cute to do, especially like if you wanted to do like a downstairs, like if you own like a mansion or something, do it downstairs in this design. Um, and have it kind of like it's under the water. That would be really, really fun, especially if you live in a place like Shirogane. Uh, okay, and then here we've got some cool Ilmeg trees. I really like the gems. They're supposed to glow in the light. Um, a seat for Tails to go through. Super cute. I love this. It'd be very nice, especially for like more regal and like refined homes. Love the multi-tiered baskets. I love that. That is so cute. I love this Ronkin. I love Ronkin design stuff. Absolutely. My my I can't spell. I can't read that. But whether this is indoor or outdoors, A, yes. B, that. That wolf is actually one of the first minions that you can get in the game. Absolutely included. And here we got some little rugs that you can kind of run around on. It's very fun, but what have you. Next we have the front, and I guess it's kind of like it's similar to the drippy one. It'll kind of like swing around. It's very cute. I definitely add this one as well. I like that it's two things that are kind of the same, but they're both kind of different in like in what they're designed as. So you can pick one or the other. Maybe not necessarily both if you don't want it. Very cute cactuar plush. Definitely, I have children. Slash, very cutesy. I can definitely see. I can see in particular this kind of being like a really good like hand me down kind of home. And another mailbox. This one I really like because you can tell. And I'm not trying to put anybody down. You can tell that this isn't the world's best artist. And again, I'm not putting anybody down. I'm not saying this is terrible. I'm not. But you can just see like the kind of misshapen ears and like how they're not exactly even. This is a winner. This is a winner because the idea comes across and they said this is really cute. This is a good idea. When they do design contests, I tell all of my artist friends, whether they're starting out and they're new or if they're kind of they're pros that actually do work for like companies. So many of them still will say like I'm not good enough. I'm not there yet. The person who did this had an idea and they just did it. And they're a winner. Do not put yourself down and tell yourself, oh, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. Because you can see where things aren't exactly even. You can tell where things are kind of floppy. But they put it together. They did it. They made it. And they won. You have no excuse. Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway. Okay, so I think that this is supposed to be. I think that this is supposed to be like a server thing. So you push this down, it does a ting ting, and then it calls your retainer. I'm assuming. In which case, it's very nice. This is also really cool. I'm not sure what half of this stuff is, but eh. This looks so many cute in so many kitchens. Absolutely. More libraries, more like cool windows. Oh wow, this is like an actual like painting. Maybe it's watercolors? Or maybe it is just colored pencils. I don't know. It could be a mix of a lot of things. Very nice. Next we have the Chocobo Meteor Light. Chocobo pattern. Falling star effect. Very cute. I really like this a lot. This. I need this. Like I said, Todd loves Tonberries. He definitely would own this. When I first saw this, I thought this was a training thing. It's very like clumsy looking, but you would just whack on it and wail on it and be like a level 1 like training thing. The fact that this is a wacky flailing arm tube man, even better. I hope that that kind of retains. Another good podium, or another good thing for like different kind of contests, things like that. Another hand-drawn thing of the nice little terrarium. This is super cute. I absolutely would have this. Um, this is super friendly and adorable. I'm assuming that this is for outside and looks to be about the size of a Lullafell. Very charming. A loft that's in the shape of the Cloud of Darkness fight. Another mailbox. It's very good. I'm assuming that part's dyeable, which is nice. I'm not sure what's the part supposed to be like the notification that you have mail. I don't even know if it was built with that idea in mind. But this one, especially if it floats, I feel like if this were to float, it would really sell it. I think that it's just here on the ground for a height comparison. But I hope that it's not on the ground with him floating upwards, or she or it. I hope that it's actually like floating like here. It'd be super cute. Especially knowing that these little guys clean, I would adore having one in our home. Um, yeah, okay. Uh, it goes very much into the cottagecore, kind of like turning like a trashed bicycle into a thing. This is super cute. We already have this item in the game. It's just not colored like this. It's supposed to represent the fat cat color, and it works with the fat cat kind of like holding on to it. It's adorable. I really like it. This is a really cool item that I don't want if we can't actually sit on it and it actually work. If it's kind of like I want it to actually work in some degree, some level. I would love if we could actually, like with a boxing stand, if we could actually get up there and box each other and fight each other and just attack one another. Even if we can't do damage to each other, but still. I'm not sure what these are. I guess they're like little speakers. Maybe you could play orchestrating rolls off of them. I'm not too sure. I absolutely want this for my house, though. I know that much for free. Next, this little ball pit. This is huge. This would absolutely have to be an outside item. But still, I would absolutely enjoy it a lot. Hopefully, I don't know how they would actually have the ball pit move around. I'm assuming that it would be closed off and you couldn't actually go inside. It's just purely for decoration. But, or alternatively, you just kind of phase through it. But I would absolutely love to like play with that. Next is this, the Botanist Delight. I really like that it fits against the large pond. They kind of had that planned out. They go super well together. Very cute, very adorable. I especially like that it plays something that's already in the game. I'm sorry, y'all. This is already an hour and 30 minutes long. I'm trying to go fast. Gimme Kitten Chronometer. Yeah, I love Gimme Kitten. Give me more for Gimme Kitten. Super cute bed. I absolutely would get this. Even if it's like, even if it comes with the Loppers already on there snoozing, I'm totally cool with that. It kind of sells the idea that like maybe you have Loppers in your home, like being like servants or whatever. I especially like that this is interactable. Really love that. Would love it for like the summer seasons. Give me this desk. Give me more desks that have plenty of space for you to put stuff, but still like have like a personality. The desk and chair, absolutely. I love that this looks like you broke into something that you're not supposed to. This would actually go really well with like a Tonberry room that ends with the Tonberry like door. So you put this like going downstairs and it's like, oh no, there like something broke in or and then it goes downstairs and into the you see the Tonberry door and you're like, oh, this was contained for a reason. Super cute, super charming, very small, very petite, but I hope that it keeps its display. This is a very simple idea, just a little like grooming kit, kind of all displayed out. I don't really have anything to say about the previous one. This one would definitely have to be outside because it is massive, but I love that you can lay down on that. It's very adorable. I absolutely want this. I want this so badly. I love that it's a mix of Dawntrell. It's a mix of Tuliala, and Solution 9. It's a combo of both, kind of bringing both into it. Would look very good in front of like a TV or something for a movie night. I'm all for it. And I'm guessing this is like a sheep lamp. Because I think there's a thing about sheep using electricity. And that's pretty much it. That is it for the North American, the European, the Japanese winners. And this is already an hour and 30 something minutes long. So we're going to call it here. I'm going to make another video that's going to be about the Chinese winners. As you can kind of already see some of them. So that's going to be its own entry. But anyway, thank you all so much for joining me. Again, I'm sorry this video ended up so long, but there's a lot of winners with a lot of great stuff. Congratulations to everyone who won. And if you did apply and for whatever reason you didn't win, but you want to show off anyway, let us know in the comments. Let me know in the comments because I would very much love to see what you made. Anyway, everyone, have a nice day. Goodbye.